Hey, what's up, good people? Happy Monday to you. Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I'm not going to ask you. You already know what to do. You guys to see that at the bottom right hand corner. Just follow it right now, please, and thank you. Hey, there's things happening today that we got to discuss. There's things happening geopolitically that will affect the stock market. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. Let's start there, right? So here's one of the things that's happening. S&P closes higher as AI leader Nvidia rebounds. EA surges on takeover, right? So we will, the market is what it is, all right? Let's just get to this news and we'll bounce. All right. So, um possible Gaza peace plan. Here's the headline right here. Trump says he's close to a Gaza peace plan after Netanyahu meets as government shutdown looms. We'll get back to the government shutdown because that is negatively weighing on the stock market and crypto, believe it or not. Where things stand. Possible Gaza peace plan. President Trump said he is close to a peace agreement that would end the war in Gaza following his meeting with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Wow. The agreement, which has not yet been agreed to, includes the release of all hostages you see here in demilitarization of Gaza. All right. So we demilitarization of Gaza. So Hamas has not signed this deal, right? And so I personally believe that it would have been better had they had signed a deal before they did this press release. So right now they have a framework along with some other countries in the Middle East that they've all gotten together and says, here's the deal. And it's up to Hamas to, sign it or agree to it. Okay. Now, the only reason I'm mentioning this is not for you to make any political comments that will get taken down. I'm just saying it's going to affect the stock market positively if a deal is signed, right? If this deal is signed, that will be positive for the stock market. And then if we could get a Putin to kind of, read the tea leaves and we get that war solved, if both of those wars get solved, that will be positive for the stock market. The stock market is tied geopolitical. It does not like the onset of war, but it does like peace. If it had a voice, meaning the stock market, it likes peace. Isn't that funny? The stock market has more sense than most of us. All right, let's keep it going. So while this was happening, the stock market didn't do much at all. He started talking and then it ran up, boom, boom, boom. He started talking about right here and then it ran up just a little bit and then it kind of cooled off because there was nothing concrete in this deal. It was just a framework, right? So when they came together when they first came out, we thought maybe they had some agreement. At least I did, but there was no agreement. Okay. So let's talk about the stock market. What's going on with the stock market? And I will be the first to tell you that I'm happy that my portfolios are green. I'm very happy, right? But I'm cautious and nervous, and you should be too, with this bull market just being unstoppable. Now, this is not. Let me pull back. I'm not going to say you should be too. What I'm going to say is if you're not the patient kind and you're up a lot in some areas, then it's okay to do a little haircut. And I know some of you guys say, hey, I'm confused because sometimes you say, hey, you got to hold a stock or crypto for a lifetime. Every single stock is not a long-term stock. Some stock are swing trades. So for instance, to me, now this is just me, a stock like BBAI for me is a hold swing, right? So which means that if you have it, you hold it now, which I don't. You hold it and then at the opportune time, you take a haircut, right? Even Palantir that I've had for a while now, at some point, I'm going to start selling some of my shares. It's not all, just some. So you just got to know when to do a haircut. And sometimes I'll sell some shares and it pulls back and then I'll get back in. Okay. So there's a lot, if you are new, to learn about this stock market. Now, let's see what the wealthy is doing as it pertains to the stock market and crypto.
On. This is a stock market that, not the last couple of days, but really keeps going up. Are we seeing any more love from your members about stocks, or is it still really about real estate?
Actually, they just pulled back a couple points in the last quarter from the stock market and from real estate, still strong in private equity. But for the first time, cash is coming up a little, fixed income is coming up a little, and gold and Bitcoin. So a little bit of a shift, maybe a little bit of caution.
I was going to say that sounds a little cautious. Now, your members, and I've gotten to meet so many of them, they're from all over the country and all over the world, and they're fantastic. A lot of them founded and sold companies. A lot of them might own 100 Verizon stores. And so they've got their pulse on the consumer. Do you feel like this is indicating a little economic nervousness?
You know, we're still overwhelmingly weighted for the mid and long term in equities. So there's long term bullish, but in the short term, it's a little choppy water. So people are trying to steady the boat in a rocky road.
You said Bitcoin. Has it taken some time to this? I see it every quarter. There's a little more Bitcoin, a little more Bitcoin. I feel like it's finally crossing that hurdle of we got to own it.
Yeah. So Bitcoin as a market is still only a tenth the size of gold, but they both are secure assets in members' mind. For the first time, people aren't talking about Bitcoin just as speculation, but actually an alternative asset that can be held during tough times. Not everybody believes in it, but those that do are making a big splash.
Well, it went from, so Bitcoin was sort of, I've been coming to your meetings for over a decade, and Bitcoin was sort of spoken about in the hushed corners of the hallways 5 or 6 years ago. Now you've got panels on it. People are talking about it. It's gaining more acceptance. Do you have any visibility on what maybe the next thing? Private equity has been growing. Where are people turning to?
You know, I think in this rotation, people are going a little more caution. When you've created as much wealth as our members have, average member over $100 million, they're looking to preserve wealth first and foremost and grow it secondly. So the growth part is less important than preserving what they have. That's a good rule. If you can keep what you have, you'll do pretty well.
Is it the...
So that is why a lot of us are nervous, because we simply want to keep what we have, right? And this bull market keeps going. Now, you heard him talk about Bitcoin. The ultra wealthy is starting to buy more Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to switch over and I'm just going to say what I've been saying really for the last 2 years. There's 21 million Bitcoin, and there's more millionaires in the United States than there are Bitcoin. So there's more than 21 million millionaires, and they're going to continue to add it to their portfolios. And I've been saying that, and it's happening, right before you. And so those of you that are still on the sidelines, I don't know what to tell you. All I'm going to tell you is that at some point when it hits some level, everybody's going to start chasing towards the top, and you're going to wish you had gotten some when it was much, much lower even than where it is now. Okay, so let's just look at it. We can see right now, even the pullbacks, which are shakeoffs, right? If you ask me, this is a game of patience, good people. Today, up 3.64%. That's Bitcoin. And what else is up almost 4%? That's Ethereum. Yep, we lost our weekly gains. I know that, right? XRP is back up. Look at that. You could see Solana's back up 3.79. But Larry, is so volatile. We keep, having these shakeouts. Well, these shakeouts are buying opportunities. That's when you buy. Look at that. Link up almost 3%. Bitcoin Cash, I keep saying don't sleep on that. It performs well, up 2%. And without going through the whole chart, we're still, for me, as I've been showing you, it's simple. I don't have to bring up a bunch of charts, blah, 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 blah. It's simple. I'm buying here, I'm buying more here, and even more here. I'm buying less here, and I'm buying nothing here. And that's what Larry is doing. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. But I just been holding my crypto. I just been holding. I just been even this dip. I didn't sell anything. I'm in a state now where I'm holding, right? And I don't have any tight. There's times when I have tight stop losses, and there's times when I'm just letting it ride. Right now, I'm kind of just letting it ride right now. Remember, don't follow me. You do your own due diligence. That's your money in your pocket, right? So here's what else we have. Gold traded at a record high on Monday again, all right? A safe haven. But as you just heard, the ultra rich is not just investing in gold. They're investing in digital gold also, Bitcoin, all right? So now, what do we have coming? Tomorrow, September 30th, we have JOLTS coming, job opening and labor turnover. That is tomorrow morning. That usually comes out an hour before the stock market opens. So we're going to keep our eyes on the pre-markets to see does it react positive or negatively, okay? And then on the 1st, which is October 1st, we have the looming government shutdown. That would be negative. That would be bad, 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 bad for the stock market. Though it may do a dip, it'll just be temporary. They will come to some sort of deal. They're not going to keep it shut. And if it does shut down, it's not going to be long. They gotta work something out because it causes their own sides to turn on them. The Dems will turn on the Dems and the reps will turn on the reps, okay? Then October 3rd, we have a BLS, all right? U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Statistics. I always trip that word up, okay? So we got Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, data. And yes, it seems like it's every day we get some more new job data. We just got to be due diligent. We got to do our diligence, okay? And we got to be patient. Remember, this stock market, now and crypto, is a vehicle that's used to transfer wealth from the impatient to the patient, says Warren Buffett. And I've made a lot of money by following that rule. Okay, good people? So come and join us. Stock Up You, coupon code LEARN. Stock Up You is going to be the top link in this video because that's what's going to make you long-term money. One-time payment, lifetime access, okay? All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I have a voice, but I feel good. Live, love, laugh, and learn.